Namaste friends and welcome to our new episode of Spiritual Talks. Today we have very special mother who done lot of things for her kids and she even teaches on PMC platforms how to raise our kids. So this is very important thing for a mother being a spiritual mother, or if we do meditation, that is the best part, but if you don't even do meditation, how to take care of our kids from the very early age or even before conceiving. So let's welcome Aniruddha Miryala from Florida, US. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So today's topic is really very interesting, how to raise kids in a right way. So let's start from the beginning, like how to conceive, how to, choose the right soul and how to become a right mother first.
That was a very good question. So, when actually a soul selects a mother, so to select a womb, their energies and our energies should match.
Right.
Because I experienced with my son, it took 11 years for me to conceive.
Oh.
So later, when I asked that question in the dream, so he came and expressed to me that I could not come to your room because you still had some whatever that anger or harshad vargas. So he could not come to my womb. It didn't match. But he has chosen me. So he was waiting until I was ready.
Oh.
So he said, I waited 11 years for you to be ready to take my energy. So he waited, and also he also told me that he never came into my womb as a soul.
Okay.
Only body has grown, and when the baby came out, then he entered.
Okay.
So that's why the baby didn't immediately cried little later. So there were so many, and then they put it in the ICU.
Oh.
He
Okay.
slowly came because they were doing partying. It's in the soul loka send-off party. Until that
Okay.
is done, he came slowly.
Oh.
But he told me he was continuously with me monitoring. So it is so important for a parents when they ask for particular soul. Some people say we want a meditator. But for that meditator to come, we have to prepare our womb.
Right.
So we have to do meditation and then we have to prepare ourselves. Otherwise, that person can't come. And also we have to do all the promises to that soul. Once you come, once you select me, I'm going to cooperate. Whatever you needed, your soul plan, I'll cooperate, I'll do accordingly. So they will do some tests on you.
Okay. Okay.
If you fail those tests, that soul don't come.
Okay.
So they leave, and then again some other soul will come and try. So they come as a soul, they come and stay with you for some time, and they do some tests with the husband and wife. If they think that energy is not good, if they both are not aligned properly, so they are constantly fighting. So this kid is not going to, I mean, the meditator will not come in those. But unless they design, okay, in that environment, I will be what I will be. I can manage that environment according to my soul plan. I needed that kind of environment.
True.
You might be thinking, well, why they will choose, but according to their karmic, so karmas.
Yeah, and there should be some criteria also, that if you don't fulfill them, why they will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, when the husband wife fighting, for example, the kid has that environment. He has to learn something from that environment.
True.
He has to flourish from that environment according to his karmic account.
Right.
So he would choose. Otherwise, they don't choose. If they think, okay, I needed a right environment, loving environment in the house for my meditation, I wanted encouraging parents. If they are very advanced souls, they don't need all this bullshit. They wanted a clean house. Perfect. Because if they are, someone very highly intellectual guru, they wanted a perfect environment.
Right.
Because they don't have much of the karmic account to worry about all this. So these are all makes a difference for a soul to choose your womb.
Right.
That's why we have to create that environment.
So could you please throw some light on it, that which kind of preparation a mother has to do before conceiving?
Definitely meditation.
Yeah.
As much as they can, they should do the meditation, and they should also take care on the food.
Okay.
Food is extremely important for an enlightenment, for our journey. Lot of people I see, they don't focus on the food.
True.
They do hours together meditation, but they don't focus on the food. Food is equally important. So if they take care of the
Right
if
food.
they take care right food, because your body, you come out of the Arshad Vargas easily if you eat right food. Patriji always says, right, that the food impacts your brain. What you eat,
Definitely.
what you talk. Same thing. So what you give, what you get, and what you eat, what you your
Become.
behavior. Yeah,
Yeah.
you become that.
True.
So banana, once you eat banana becomes you. So that's why it's very, very, very important choosing right food, first of all. And then how much food you're eating. Quantity they have to reduce totally. And eating paushtik aharam, you say, right?
Right, yeah.
Protein, right vitamins, right minerals. Very less food. And they should stop eating sweets. Sweets are the
Okay.
most horriblest thing to. So the sugars, the white sugar is totally chemical. That has no nutrition, and it's made with the chemical. They bleach the. So when the sugar cane comes, right, they bleach the sugar cane.
Right.
Imagine bleach. So they make it white. Even they say the brown sugar, it's in the crystal form. That is also, they make the bleach and they put some more sugar cane in that.
Okay.
So that's also chemically treated. Only that they say good, right? Good means the bellam. They say,
Right, yeah.
pure one.
Yeah.
Nowadays we are getting in a powder form. You can have that, but very limited quantity. Always sugar is very bad for our brain, for our system. The whole system.
It affects badly our blood, which goes to heart, brain, and
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So especially that chemical sugar, white sugar.
What one should do when when you're pregnant women, they crave for certain taste, right? They would love to, when they crave, they cannot stop it. So
No, the cravings generally, what I recognized is you get the cravings what you ate when you're childhood. So I wanted to eat fried rice.
Okay.
The popu rice, they say they put all the greens in the rice and fry with the turmeric. That's what I used to crave.
Okay.
Even lemon rice I used to crave. So
Okay.
you crave only things what you ate when you're childhood.
Okay.
So you don't eat just like that, something randomly.
That I was not knowing. Yeah.
Yeah, what you eat since the childhood, what you ate every day, what your mom made, that's what you want to eat at that time. So you crave those kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's amazing how you crave. It's like, you feel, you get the mouth. I used to get water in my mouth.
Yeah, let me know more about the delivery process and how a husband can take care of wife during that period or even before that, because it's not only one's journey, it's the entire family. And
Yes.
because husband wife, they both are Ardhanarishwar.
Yes,
So
I agree.
they are one. And here, like, we can see, a lot of people, those who are not aware enough, they just give that responsibility to mother, but that is not correct. So what do you say on it?
When they are pregnant also, generally the soul is with them. Either inside or outside. Sometimes they swap, they go inside, they come outside.
Okay.
So they can hear the father's talk, and they can feel the touch. They can hear the mother's energy.
Right.
So if the father takes care of the mother, being pregnant, whatever they have cravings or whatever, so they feel that nurturing. That nurturing goes to the baby automatically. Okay, I have a caring father. So, the impression starts when the baby is in the womb itself. And also they do remember everything, why they came, why they are coming, what kind of karmas they bought, everything they know during that time. So they're also a little bit, chaos in their mind because, am I able to manage this? Can I take all these karmas? So they're already in that dilemma and that pressure.
Okay.
And also when they are inside, some souls, they have to be inside. They won't come out. They will stay inside in that.
Okay.
they poop and in their water, all that they stay, because some of the beginning souls, what happens, they need that experience.
Okay.
So they have to stay inside. But
Mhm.
the advanced souls
Mhm.
who had like 500 janmas already,
Mhm.
those souls won't stay inside. They will be with us outside.
Okay.
They won't experience again. They don't need to. They already
Right.
experienced, they already learned what that is.
Right. So there will be free will for a few souls,
Yes.
those who have crossed their
Journey already.
journey.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
already learned. So
Right.
even during delivery also, that pain they don't take it, because they
Uh-huh.
already experienced that pain.
Okay.
So they are outside. They are outside. After the baby comes out, then they enter slowly. That's why some kids, it takes little more time to cry. They
Right.
pat, and
Yeah.
then sometimes they say, they have this water vent inside, all this stuff, because the soul is not inside.
Okay.
So you see, little looks like it's a they have a baby
Yeah.
had a complication,
Yeah.
but because the soul goes late, you feel all those.
Okay.
But
Okay.
slowly it will adjust.
Right. Right. Yeah. So yeah. So coming to those particular responsibility, like how we should take care of them during the age of 1 to 5. What should we teach our kids? What should be our
Yeah, when the
responsibility?
baby is once born, it's very, very important to put the music
Mm-hmm.
for the baby,
Okay.
because music improves the brain energy,
Mm-hmm.
especially the math part of it.
Okay.
So they'll be extremely intelligent in the math. Kids who had the music when they are infant.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put, nowadays you're getting these music system, you can put it to the crib. And also it's very important, the mother touch.
Mm-hmm.
And also important to separate and give them that individuality to sleep by themselves in the crib.
Okay.
At the same time, you show love, you tell them that you are there as a mother, and also let them sleep by themselves as an individual.
Okay.
Most of the times, a lot of times, they studies show kids who are sleeping with the mother. Sometimes, mother goes too close, or, they can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Accidents could happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. That is
Okay.
there. So even
So
sometimes
before sleeping, we have to take care of their sleep, and
putting in
once
the
they sleep, they can just
put it in the crib.
right. Wow.
Keep them, by
Yeah.
themselves. Let them grow individually. At the same time, show lots of love and affection.
Yeah. That we are there whenever
You needed,
you
yeah.
need it. Yeah.
So put the music when they're sleeping, when
Mhm.
they're awake. Put Om also. Om, if you put the Om when they're awake, especially, even when they're sleeping, 24 hours a day in that
Mhm.
room,
Mhm.
it will add some more janmas of Jnanam. That's what they say.
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
imagine having 3 more lives of Jnanam they get by with the Om.
Oh, that
Omkaram.
sound.
Sound
Wow.
of Om.
Wow.
So it's very, very important to put music and Om
Mhm.
to the child all the time, whether they're drinking, sitting, sleeping. You can put it on their phone or somewhere, or get something already loop recorded.
Right.
You can put those cassettes also, already loop recorded ones.
Right.
So I did to my kids.
Mhm.
I always put the
So,
music.
how did you raise your kids? How you played that role? I heard you have 3 kids,
I know.
and I mean, two are twins, and
Yes.
another one is just there
That
is
too in
just one
US.
year
True.
gap.
So
So, how it happened, and how did you manage everything?
So first one, when he born, I had a C-section, emergency C-section. He was too big baby.
Okay.
So he couldn't come out. So they did the surgery. Even in surgery also, baby didn't come out.
Mm-hmm.
He was too big.
Mm-hmm.
So when they cut, they didn't cut enough. So they have to tear my ligaments to bring him out.
Oh.
So I had a little bit of bedridden, 3 weeks and all those stuff. So it was very difficult for me. So when I had the twins, though, I kept like one nurse in the night, one nurse in the daytime.
Okay.
I kept 2 people
Okay.
to help me. But the second time was a planned C-section, so it was easier actually. I didn't went through all that. But because I went through the first time, I kind of took care of myself on the second time,
Mm-hmm.
not to go through that.
Right.
So my mom came to help both the times. So with the twins, actually, it was so funny with my twins. One whatever the behavior one kid had, after a week, the other one used to behave this way. So their
Okay.
characters used to change
Okay.
every 1 week, and then slowly 1 month, and then slowly 3 months.
Okay.
Even now their characters changes, but after 2-3 years, like that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's amazing how that happens. My mom used to recognize that. Oh, suddenly, the other twin is behaving like the first twin. Now they both characters changed. So I used to follow their character, the way they wanted, what they wanted. It is so important for the mothers to listen exactly what they want.
Right.
Because every cry, most of the parents thinks they are hungry. That's not true.
Yeah.
Any other, sometimes they are colicky, sometimes they are something else, and sometimes, what they do is mother make some habits like putting on their lap and moving too much, or putting in the jula.
Yeah.
All these things, what happens, you're making that habit. Or you go on the road and you carry and walk,
Right.
so they can't sleep without that.
Okay. It
So
becomes habit.
everything you do, even including warm milk, when you mix the powder, right? You can mix in the cold milk too.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're making a habit of anything you do.
Okay.
So you can do naturally without any extra habit. That becomes easier for a mother.
Right.
So I advise every mother not to go extra step. Go natural.
So generally what
Go easy.
happens, like whatever, the mothers, they have experienced with their own mother, they do copy the same things, or whatever is going on in socially, or these days like internet is quite popular, so they just try to grab something from outside and they just try to apply, implement. So what should be the right
Everything go easy.
bringing?
What is best for you, you go.
Okay.
Easy. So because every habit you create, that it's harder on a mother.
True. Yeah.
When you're holding and moving front and back, and then kid is sleeping, every time you have to do the same thing, and you're the one again complained, oh, I have the back pain because I'm doing this. Who is the one started first?
True.
So that's why you think twice before making anything extra. Put it in the crib, he'll sleep because he doesn't know anything else. When he's feeling sleepy, feed, do the burping, and then put it on the crib, they'll sleep. So give mother nurture, whatever you want to give, whatever you want to kiss, explain, talk. You can still talk at that time. You can read the books to that infant. You can sing songs. You can put the music. You can do all those to an infant. Reading books are very important from the beginning. So I used to read every day, night one book, and also daytime and the morning. Whenever I have little time, especially weekends, I used to book at least 3 to 4 books a day. Something. When they're very little also, when they're like sleeping, doing, or you tell stories. You be with them, look at their eyes and tell some stories.
Okay.
Oh, daddy's coming now. Something is going to get you, bring you a toy. We love you. We waited for you so long. It is so important for a kid to hear, even infant, even later also. So you made an impact in our life, coming into our life, that made us extremely happy. So those words are so important to tell the kid again and again, instead of always they hear shouting or creating some fear, hitting them. Those are completely no 100% no.
Yeah.
You don't create a fear in a kid.
Yeah.
That
But that
will
is very
become,
common, when a kid is doing something which
they shout.
mother.
Stop, they shout.
Yeah.
I hear that.
That is really very horrible for a kid, that what's going on. He just confused that what is this, and generally between parents, when things are not going right, if they are shouting every day, they're fighting or beating, that directly impact kids.
100%. They will get the fear in them, so they don't trust people anymore.
Right.
So they don't trust about the marriage, and they don't trust the father. They don't trust if the father is abusing mother. If the mother is abusing father, they don't trust the woman. So that trust they lose. At the same time, they have the fear in their body, so they cannot face other people.
True.
They'll have the fear to face.
Yeah.
They have the fear to argue. They have fear to talk to other person if they say no. So they stay calm. So they take the start, not only they are seeing the abuse, they start taking abuse
True.
without
Yeah,
they
without
can
even
never.
knowing, they even sometimes they curse their own self that
Exactly.
I am the responsible, or I
Yes,
am the reason
exactly.
behind.
And no one
Yeah.
loves me.
Yeah.
Everybody hates me.
Yeah.
And then the fear is the culprit for anybody's growth, any child growth.
Yeah.
So they cannot become a owner of a company because they're fearful. They can manage. So
Yeah.
they can only take other people's guidance,
True.
meaning people's orders.
True.
They cannot become the owner. And even feeding, when you feed the kid, they don't know individuality, right?
True.
If you eat what you want to eat, then you can face the world and tell them what do you want.
Mm-hmm. Could you please explain it more, like how we
For
can?
example, it's like a mother bird feeding the babies, right?
Right.
How long the mother bird feeds? As long as they can fly.
True.
Once they can fly, mother never feeds them
True.
back.
Yeah.
So that means humans, how long we feed? Until the kid can hold and put it in their mouth.
True.
They can do that from 6 months,
Okay.
max of 7th month. So you don't feed a kid after 7 months. People might laugh by listening to this, but that's what I did. My son used to ask me, put me that berries or this berries. He used to show me what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted fruits along with the fried rice.
Okay.
Or I used to give him the boiled vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
I used to put it in the oven, carrot, this and that. So I used to like 45 minutes like that. They're very soft. So I used to leave everything on that. So he used to show me what he wants to eat, avocado, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever he shows, I used to put it in his plate.
Okay.
So one time he used to eat one fruit and then little bit of fried rice or little bit of carrot. He used to choose what to eat.
Wow.
So that individuality they miss. You are feeding what you want to feed.
Yeah.
That's not what a kid want to eat.
Yeah. True. True.
So you are removing their individuality.
True.
From that age.
Yeah.
So being an individual is extremely important.
True.
Tomorrow they can run a show, they can run a company by choosing from the childhood what they want.
This is really very important, aspect of parenting, because in India generally we see that being a mother, they
Overfeed.
overfeed,
That's another subject.
overprotect, everything is over here.
Yeah.
So kids don't know what to choose after a certain age. Also after 12th standard,
True.
after graduation, they don't know what
For
to
everything
do.
they cry because that's what we taught
Yeah,
them.
they're
Some of the
completely
parents,
dependent.
they only give when they cry. So they start crying for every little thing because that's what you taught. And another thing is how much stomach they have, this much stomach they have when they're babies, right? So they start feeding more and more and more. They expand their stomach, right?
Right.
Sometimes a kid vomits.
Yeah.
Once they vomit, they should not feed that meal. That meal is done, gone.
True. Yeah.
But they feed again same time. So again, by feeding again, you're disturbing the whole system. And then you're expanding the stomach, right? And then later you say you're getting obese, you're overweight, you can't eat. Again, mother is the one who tells. Who fed? Who pushed to eat? Mother. And then who is now telling not to eat? Mother. So that's why when the kid says, Mommy, I'm not hungry anymore, you stop.
True.
He's not going to die.
Yeah.
So we have to eat to live, not to,
not the opposite one.
Not the opposite.
Yeah.
So we're not living to eat.
Yeah.
So
And here a little different thing, like I'm just moving little bit from this topic. If we take an example of Hiranyakashipu and his son Prahlada, right? So how his mother might have raised him up, that because his father was completely rakshas,
against
and that kid how he became, because generally mother Yeah, it's true even that when husband is not there, definitely mother is responsible.
Yes.
Or even if he is there and he's not capable enough or not that much caring, mother is responsible. There is
No,
no other option.
90% of the time, 95% of the time, mother impacts the kid more than the father.
Actually, that's what I'm asking. Ke when Prahlada, he was, completely was devotee of Vishnu or God, and he was respecting his father, but he was not following him.
Because that's not right.
Yeah. So what happens in today's date that they just fear of their parents and what they want. That
Yes.
because of their fear, they cannot do what they want.
Yes.
So how to take the right thing, and what is mother's responsibility here? How to
See, Bhakta Prahlada had a trust of God, right? So
True.
he had something in his hand where he can trust, where he can lean on to.
Right.
So with that trust and leaning, he could able to face the father. If you don't have that, if the mother is also weak, mother does not teach all that, then he'll go into the fear.
Right.
He has to follow the father. He has no choice, at least in front of him. He might do something differently without father knowing, right?
Right.
So he can't follow the dharma. So that's why we have to teach the kid to follow what is right, not the father nor the mother.
True.
So we have to teach that that there is a Paramatma who can guide you and who can help you. So that we have to teach from the childhood.
Right.
Just like how Prahlada taught him when he was in the womb. So if you can give that trust to the kids that there is something will protect you if you are in dharma.
Right.
So that you can tell the kids through the stories.
Beautiful.
Showing them stories in the, I showed them even Ramayana for hundreds of times. Even Bhakta Prahlada, the movie, they saw hundreds of times.
Wow.
So those kind of stuff when they are very young, even Rukmini killing another Rakshasa, all those things I have showed again and again. And whenever they are in the car, I used to put those CDs. At that time, we had CDs. We didn't have the YouTube. So I used to show again and again and again and again, so that it goes into their subconscious level.
Beautiful.
That
Yeah.
there is a Paramatma who can trust us, who can lean on. I mean, I also used to give them examples. Once we were going, these are all practical, they have seen with the spirituality. We were going to the school and the train is coming with us. If the gate falls, they'll be late to the school. So they said, Mummy, we are going to get the tardy ticket because the train is going. I said, say the Rama, you don't get the tardy. I don't care where the train goes. That's none, whether there is a gate or not, that's not. So you are worried about your tardy ticket, right? So let's pray Rama, Hare Rama, once until we go to school. You don't get the tardy, I said. That's not how that is possible. You trust and do. They said, okay. They were very young at that time, like 4-year-old or something.
Oh,
So
okay.
they will trust mother.
True.
Mother is the guard for them. Whatever you say, they trust.
True.
So they immediately said, okay. And then we all started saying Rama. Shri Rama, Shri Rama, Shri Rama, Shri Rama. Continuously we started saying. The gate was not closed. We could able to go through, and they went to the school. While coming back, I'm seeing where the train went, why the gate. Where we started Shri Rama, the train stopped there.
Wow.
So
see the power of this trust.
So like that, I have shown them practically live examples. Even when we went to Disney one time, it was very sunny. So I said, hold on, I will ask the rain god to, because we had a 1 hour of inside the show line, and also for the show, it takes 1 hour exactly to come out. So we were under the shade. So I said, we'll ask the rain god to rain only for this 1 hour.
Right.
They said, Mommy, don't disturb. If it rains, sun is better if it is rains. How can we go? We don't even have umbrellas. I said, don't worry. I will ask. If I ask for the rain, that means if I ask for 1 hour, it will only do 1 hour. Why he will do the whole day? Right?
True.
So if he listens to me, it will be only 1 hour. Don't worry. So when I asked for the rain came. By the time we came out, everything became
Yeah.
So calm, so pleasant, because I asked everything. I wanted to feel the smell of the land, when
Mud.
the rain
Yeah.
falls, mud
Yeah.
smell,
Yeah.
and it has to become so pleasant, and that all the plants should get the enough water in that 1 hour. All those I asked the Prakriti, what the Prakriti requires.
Yeah.
Instead of that I want for me, I asked for the Prakriti requirements. So by the time I came out, it rained, stopped, and all the trees are so happy. So I showed them, see, when you ask in a right way, this is what happens.
Yeah.
So many times also I showed them another example of when it is too sunny, I told the sun god, you look so beautiful when you go into the clouds. Second minute, you used to go to the clouds.
Wow.
See the nature listens to you. These kind of examples, if you teach them spirituality, then they know there is something beyond.
True.
So they feel protected, they feel secured instead of just mother father, because mother father might not be there all the time, right? When they're
Right.
in the school or whatever they go through. So at least they trust something beyond that. Prahlada was an extremely good example.
And when we know now that our kids choose us before,
Yeah.
yeah. So even Parvati,
Yes.
before coming to her mother's womb, because her mother was praying to goddess
Become pregnant, right?
Parvati that
Yeah.
yeah, you come to our home, like that. And by the time she was maybe young, or she wanted to get married to Shiva, parents were the biggest enemy that time. They didn't wanted her to get married to Shiva.
Yeah. For the
But
Parvati.
yeah,
Yes.
because that, I mean, that
For
is
the
the,
Sati.
yeah,
Actually,
for
yeah.
the Sati.
For her first life.
So we should not become such enemy
Yes.
to our kids. I
I mean,
mean,
some people they are nastikulu, you say, right? They don't trust the God. See, for those people, they are not going to teach the kids that to trust the God. They say there's no God. That's all bullshit. So the kid, that's how they are going to be. That's good. That's how they are going to believe. And some kids I've seen, parents are spiritual, but the kid does not believe in that,
right.
because the reason is in one of the life, if the kid if they lost the kid, their own kid, or something very traumatically happened, even though he's very spiritual, then they lose the trust on the
True.
God. So
Yeah.
once they lose the trust on that life, on the God, so they're born as an astika, but they have deep inside in the soul that bhakti.
Right.
That's why
Yeah.
they choose the family where they are spiritual, but this kid is lost the trust.
But by the period of time, they will definitely, I mean, those kids will again come
Go
to the
back,
right. Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
already have that bhakti
Right.
in the
Right.
soul, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
slowly they learn, they go back, because their parents are going to teach him
Right.
in a
Yeah.
different version, or some miracle will happen again to him where he'll go back into that
Right. Yeah.
spirituality.
Yeah.
So